Summary: AD should be wary of Clay's obsession with appearance and unrealistic expectations for her body. Clay's busy schedule has caused a disconnect with AD, showing he doesn't make time for her. Clay's aggressive behavior and bad role models hint at major issues that AD should not ignore. Clay Gravesand from Love is Blind Season 6 presented viewers and his fiancée AD Smith with a lot of red flags that AD should run from. This season, 5 Love is Blind couples left the pods engaged and moved on to the vacation part of the experiment, where they endeavored to get to know each other face to face. Before leaving the pods, AD was involved in a love quadrangle with Matthew DeLiba, who also liked Amber Grant, and Clay, who only liked her. Matthew ended up fumbling both his potential relationships when he got caught telling AD and Amber the same thing about wanting to ask for their father's permission to marry. Upon finding out Matthew was a cringy two-timer, Amber left the experience. Matthew pleaded with AD not to give up on him after his major mistake, but AD didn't buy it. Matthew left the experience to pursue Amber outside of the pods, and AD chose Clay, who was weirded out by AD's entire connection with Matthew. Despite the Matthew drama, it's now Clay who is acting like a walking red flag. Related 20 Best Reality TV Shows. Right now television is being impacted by the ongoing entertainment industry strikes, leaving many turning to reality TV. What are the best shows right now? Clay is obsessed with appearance. AD became very turned off to Clay in the Love is Blind Season 6 pods after he made a huge point of letting her know how important his woman's appearance was to him. He conveyed that he liked slim and slender women and that he held a lot of weight in how attractive his partner was. AD put him in check and made him realize the error of his thinking in an experiment where appearance is supposed to be taken out of the equation. Still, Clay can't change his non-negotiables via Netflix with one conversation. Clay has a lot of opinions about AD's weight. When Clay and AD were talking about the future and the potential of children, Clay made sure AD knew that she needed to keep her body fit. Clay expressed that his expectations for the mother of his child were for her to keep up in the gym and bounce back from giving birth. AD was off-put by Clay's assertions, but the conversation settled after it was clear AD was not going to change Clay's mind. Clay's unrealistic insistence about how his wife's body should look at all times is a major controversy that should not be overlooked by AD. Clay doesn't make time for AD close stepping into their neutral apartment and entering back into their work lives. A clear disconnect has arisen between AD and Clay. The pair have opposite schedules as AD works in nightlife and real estate, and Clay's entrepreneurial endeavors keep him away from the house for long periods. AD expressed disdain over feeling like Clay was not making an effort to make time for her after a nice romantic gesture she made went unnoticed since Clay never came home. Clay brushed off AD's concerns about him not showing up for her enough, signaling a major problem. Clay has had bad role models upon returning from the pods and vacation. Clay and AD had a talk while settling into their new shared space. Clay opened up about how his dad was a poor role model who objectified women and cheated on his partners. He went so far as to tell AD that his father would probably hit on her. Clay expressed that he was fighting with the notion of needing to cheat in a relationship, which is a bad thing to be fighting. Moreover, Clay told AD on vacation that he knew he needed therapy to sort out his issues, which is a good realization, but he needed help before proposing to AD. Clay not having a good foundation for how he perceives relationships will only be a detriment to AD, via Netflix. Clay can speak aggressively. When Clay sat down with AD and her mom, AD brought up Clay's work schedule and Clay became combative and defensive. So much so, that AD had to check Clay's rage level and get him to calm down, which created an awkward scene. Clay has shown that he can speak aggressively before, too, after he screamed at AD for telling him about her connection with Matthew. Between his hostility, his hyper-focus on appearance, and his inability to make time for AD, Clay presents as a Love is Blind cast member with major issues that AD should not run towards. Love is Blind Season 6 Episodes 10 to 11 will air Wednesday, February 28, 2024. Source: Netflix, YouTube. Netflix, YouTube. Love is Blind. 15 men and women from the same city come together to compete in Love is Blind, a reality dating show created for Netflix. The show sees couples meet and fall in love with a twist. They'll only meet face to face if one of the two accepts a marriage proposal. If they accept, they'll move in with their partner, meet their families, and ultimately decide if they want to say I do.